What is tramadol and why tramadol is addictive and dangerous? And I just did a video on this. I was shocked by the responses I got in the comments that so many people actually thought tramadol is like an SSRI or it's not even an opiate. So to clear it up, tramadol is a Schedule 4 opiate. And what that means is there's only one opiate that's actually less potent than tramadol, and that is codeine cough syrup. And so I listed the scheduling here. So to understand how this works is schedules work off of how addictive something is versus medical benefits. Fentanyl, for example, is a Schedule 2 or narcotics. So when it comes down to the scheduling, yes, tramadol is actually a weaker opiate. It does affect the serotonin reuptake, which means it does act a little bit like an SSRI in some cases of what it does to the serotonin mood stabilizer for us. Now, my experience with tramadol is it isn't as powerful as something like Tylenol 3 is, which has codeine in it, but itself does get you a little bit high. You do have a feeling off of it. And also when it comes to addiction is what I share on. Addicts, we take a lot of something, and it's an obsessive nature too. Opiates themselves, even tramadol, will hit opioid receptors, and there are 3 different opioid receptors in your brain. These are receptors that actually bond to opiates, and what this does is it affects how your sense of pain is, it affects the sense of reality, it affects your central nervous system, and it calms and slows it all down for you. So when it comes to taking tramadol, for some people, no, tramadol may not work for them. It may be, in a case, kind of like a Tylenol, for example, but for other people, it will work. And that's why there's actually difference of different opiates out there. And when it comes even to opiate addicts, you have a different drug of choice, and it's actually a different opiate of choice because of how these all interact with our body. I will say this, when it comes to addiction, I share off of a lot of just personal experience. I have taken oxy before. Hydrocodone actually was an opiate that I did enjoy. I never got really hooked to it. I've taken tramadol before. I've taken lean before. Drank lean before. And so I just like to share from experience because addiction truly is insanity. But when it comes down to it, you do, any opiate out there, want to respect it, because if you don't respect an opiate, that's when you can get hooked to something and not even realize that you are. And that's the scary part about it. Again, I mean, for the ones wanting to get sober, I got sober 7/25/17. Find what works for you, whether it's inpatient treatment, outpatient treatment, therapy, therapist, medication. I mean, download Sunflower Sober. They're tagged down below. Link is in the bio. Start tracking your days of sobriety. Start learning about addiction, understanding urges and cravings. It's a fight and it's a battle. So anybody out there trying to get sober, I'm proud of you, man. Don't give up, because it does get better. Who knows? Maybe you'll even go to an AA meeting or an NA meeting. Just find what works for you, because we are all different. You got this, and you matter one day at a time.